Biden, and that's worth reading. So you go to magic-works.com and look at the horoscopes there, the celebrity horoscopes, and you'll find some interesting stuff there, and you'll also find out how you can get your own birth chart for the astounding sum of nothing, absolutely nothing. Take advantage of that. So let's do this. Let's get back to the way we used to do it. Ring the bell 3 times to declare sacred space. Look at that. I just cut the tarot cards just to see what the feeling for the night is going to be. And I got the sun, which is health and happiness and healing and growth. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So here we go. We're now in sacred space, and the cards are all shuffled up. And we're going to get to our first reading, which is, let's see, Sierra in Milwaukee. You know something? I saw that, and I thought that was the place. I was trying to find the name. So I'm sorry. That must happen to you all the time. But hi, no, now, wait a minute. I almost said hi, Sierra, and hi, Sierra, which is another. There was a waitress at a comedy club named Leah, and every once in a while the comics would say, "Hi, Leah," and then they'd start laughing because they realized they mentioned a racetrack, "Hi, Leah," you know. And she would look at them and said, "Yeah, that was funny the first 2,000 times." So you just brought that to my mind because I was just about to say hi, Sierra. But hello, Sierra. How are you tonight?
Hello, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm glad to be here. That's it. You know, I was knocking on heaven's door there for a while, but I'm back, and this is my first show in 2 months, and you're my first experimental subject in 2 months. So experimental, I mean, to see if I know what the hell I'm doing, right? So what can I look at for you today? What can I look at for you? I
actually had 2 questions as well. Career-wise, I'm thinking about leaving my current job to something new, and I'm kind of
okay. Wait, stop right there, because I just cut the deck when you said that, and I got the Page of Rods. The rods are career, and the page is the appearance of something new. So you're on the right track here, and the 2 of Rods is here, so that's about. Getting the 2 of Rods is about waiting for the results of something that you've done career-wise. So yeah, and I also have the 8 of Cups, which is about walking away from something that isn't working for you and going to something better. So the cards are all showing that's very good. They also have the 7 of Cups here, which shows me that you have a really strong imagination, and that's good because you can see possibilities where other people don't. Yeah. That's good. That's good. So all of these things, the reason I stopped you there is because it's showing me exactly what you're talking about. So I'm going to see, there I've got it again. That's the sun. That's the card I had earlier. That's good. Health, healing, growth, happiness. Yeah, you are on the right track. You are getting something new is going to work out well for you. Now, there was another question you had?
I've been single for 2 years, and I'm about ready to start dating, but I haven't met no one interesting.
Okay, let's see what we've got here. Now, because, I mean, you're going to get it. I'm sure these cards are going to answer it because the first thing was right on the money. That the cards really responded to you there. So let's see what we get. Okay. Here's the 3 of Cups, and that's interesting because that means that when it comes up, cups are about romance, by the way. You see, I told you these cards would respond to you. They're about emotions and affairs of the heart and all, but when asked about a relationship, if cups come up, that's really good. The 3 of Cups is here. It means you're probably going to meet somebody through friends, but you're still going to have a little time out. That the next is the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is about taking a break and some time out, but it's not going to last very long this time out because the Wheel of Fortune is there right afterwards, and the Wheel of Fortune is about the situation changing. The next card I have is the Ace of Cups, And the cups, like I said, are about romance. And then there's the Queen of Cups. So this is telling me that it's come. Oh gosh, here's the Four of Cups. I knew these cards would respond to you, because when you asked about career, you got rods, and then you ask about romance, and you're getting cups. The overall thing I've got here is you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, but you're probably going to meet somebody, and it's going to be very interesting, and it's going to come out through friends. It's going to be good. Let me ask you this: was that a bad relationship that you were in, the last relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll tell you why I ask you that. And I'm very delicate about that, because it could be, there's so many reasons for people being single, and they're not always that. And this one, I ask you because there's another cup card here, and that's the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups shows a person who is looking at 3 spilled cups, which is disappointment. And behind her are 2 other cups that are not spilled. So it's about partial disappointment. It's about something that didn't work out, but you're still a little focused on that. The person in the card is still focused on what didn't work. And at some point soon, she's going to turn around and see the other 2 cups, and then she'll find what she wants. So that's overall the impression I have from all of the cards. So you're going to meet somebody through your friends, but it's going to take a little while. It's not going to be terribly long, but it'll be a little bit longer than you would like. But when you do meet this person, it's going to be very good, and it'll get your mind off of what went wrong the last time, because you'll have a very good time. Here, the Knight of Cups, too. See, all these cup cards tell me that there is romance in your future. You can't escape it. You must be a very lovable person, right?
I am. I just try to pick my battles wisely.
Yeah, well, this is something that we all look back on, I guess, and because I think that what happened is probably the oldest question that human beings ever asked, and yet we're still asking it all the time, because we don't know what happened, what hit us. Here's the Lover's card, so it's all here. It's all here. You are going to meet somebody through friends, but it'll take a little bit longer than you might be happy with, but it's not terrible. It's not like years. I'm talking about just a little bit longer than you want. That's all. But you will be meeting somebody, and it'll be a very good one. It'll be an interesting relationship, because of the Knight of Cups. That's kind of up and down. It's going to be very exciting, is what I'm saying, and you'll enjoy it. But the Knights also, they refer to something new beginning. Good. This is a card I'm glad I got. It's the Ten of Swords. This is a card that says the trouble is over. Whatever unhappiness and discord and doubt and trouble you have from the way the last relationship ended, it's going to be over. You're going to be fine. Okay?
I appreciate that.
So you're headed for a good time. And it's not going to be terribly long. It's just going to feel like you're really ready to go, and it's going to be a little bit longer than you want, but it's worth the wait. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, because it's a very upbeat, very positive reading on both scores. You're going to do well in terms of work, and you're going to do well in terms of romance. So I will light a white candle to send positive energy your way. How's that?
Thank you.
Bye-bye now. And you're listening to Reverend Elliott's Magical Window with me, the on-again, off-again host. Usually I'm a recording, and you're probably listening to this as a recording too, but a lot of people are listening live for the first time since February, because I have been away. I went out to explore the world of being sick to death. That's one way to look at it. Karen in Washington is next. Hi, you're on with Reverend Elliott.
Hi.
Hi,
yeah,
how are you
from
tonight?
Wapato, Washington.
Wow, how is it out there today?
Oh, beautiful. I'm in the apple capital of the world.
Oh, brother, I just had an apple the other day, and because I believe in, eating apples, let's face it. So chances are here in New York City, my apples come from your area?
Yep. Yakima Valley.
Well, the Yakima Valley?
Yes.
See, the only thing I know about that is the great stuntman, Yakima Canutt, who was John Wayne's stuntman, and his son was Charlton Heston's stuntman, and that's where I first heard of Yakima. But wow, that sounds like such a beautiful place to be in. What does it look like when the apple trees are all blooming and growing fruit?
Oh, God. Beautiful. We have cherries, apples, peaches, nectarines. We're the fruit bowl.
Wow. I was just telling my wife I have got to get out and get to the store because it's about time we get cherries that aren't from South America because, down there we'll get them off season. But up here we should be getting cherries very soon, and we sure miss that. And they're good for you. Apples and cherries are really good for the health. So what can I look at for you tonight?
My health and well-being.
Okay. Well,
I just got recently diagnosed, and I'm being treated for ulcerative colitis. I've been suffering for over 10 years.
well,
I just got diagnosed in November, but I'm so drained. I'm tired all the time.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about, because as soon as you said that, the first card I got is the Chariot. And the Chariot shows a person holding it in a small chariot with sometimes it's horses, sometimes it's a sphinx, but one is black and one is white. And one wants to go this way and one wants to go that way. And the person is working to keep them together and keep it on track. And that's a person who is putting in a lot of effort to be secure. You know what I mean? That it's draining. I was going to ask you if you're very tired a lot. Now that's a duality. We'll get to the good news. That's the duality, though. That's the white, the black. Look at the picture of the card of the Chariot on the internet sometime. If you don't have a deck of cards of your own, you take a look. You'll know exactly what I mean, because it's about a person who's really using all their strength to just keep this thing moving in one direction. The next card I have is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords represents a stalemate, nothing moving, nothing happening. You feel stuck in one position.
Yes.
The next card I have, and this is the third time I've gotten this tonight, so I'm really happy to see it, is the Sun. Of course, the Sun we're talking about fruit and vegetables and all of that, that the Sun is the source of all that. The Sun is the source of all life. The Sun is the source of health. And the Sun card is about health and growth and happiness and recovering. So it seems to me that that's in your future, because the next card, this is a very dull, happy reading here, right, is the World. The card of the World means assured success. So it's telling me that you're working really hard to make it better, to get through it. I really understand what you're going through from personal experience myself. And because I've don't even get me started with the health problems but sometimes you feel like you are holding wild horses and trying to keep them in one direction, and that's almost not a metaphor. That's almost how it really feels. But that situation isn't going to change for a while. That's the Two of Swords, because it's reached a sort of balance. But then healing comes in the Sun, and then the World, which is assured success. So I think that from these cards, I'm seeing that the situation is going to break your way. If you can just hang in there, because it's very good. It's just so the effort is tremendous, and I know that every day it feels like you're running a race, but that's not going to last. Let me see if I get one more card. The Emperor. You're going to be empowered. You are going to be empowered. And there's the Eight of Cups, which means that you're going to leave the bad stuff behind you. So yes, your future is good. The problem is your present is not. But the outcome is going to be good. Just to get through, do what you need to do with your medical team and get through the present, because one day it will be the future, and you'll do well. I've got the Fool here. The Fool is the card of the beloved of God. The Gypsies, the Romani people, believe that the person who gets if there were any negative cards in this reading, that will cancel them. See, you have divine power and divine protection. So keep that in mind. Seriously, that you've gotten this far, and you're right on the brink of a breakthrough. That's the Sun card. So hang in there, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I also, as I mentioned to the previous caller, at the end of the show, I will light a white candle to send positive energy your way. How's that?
Thank you.
My pleasure. Best of luck to you. And I'm never going to look at an apple or a cherry again without thinking of you. Isn't that I seriously, I mean it. And I truly appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Bye now. And hey, look at that. We passed the halfway mark, and that's because I spent time babbling at the beginning. So let's unbabble now a little bit and go right down to the next reading, which is Sarah in Montana. Hi, Sarah. You're on with Reverend Elliot.
Hello.
Hi, Sarah. How are you tonight?
I'm great. And yourself?
Well, I'm much better than I have been in the last, like I said, I've been out for 2 months with a flu. But here I am. My nose is a little bit clogged, but I'm okay. Oh, man.
Well,
So, on top of that, though, we've got this pollen hitting the air now, and I have developed sensitivities to that over the years, which is my heart goes out to people who have had lifelong allergies. I had no idea how much.
It's here too in Montana.
Yeah, well, that's life, right? that's
yeah.
Sometimes I wonder if humans are an invasive species, but here we are. So what can I look at for you?
Here we are.
Yeah.
I just am wondering, I'm kind of at a crossroads in my career.
Okay. Well, let's see what I've got here. Well, that's good. This is interesting stuff. The Four of Cups is here. That's an interesting card. That's telling me that there's going to be an opportunity coming your way. You just don't see it yet. But
okay.
something is happening. This is a person is looking and thinking and pondering 3 cups, and there's a little cloud off to the side in most of the decks, and a hand is coming out and holding and offering a new cup. So there's something is coming your way. It hasn't made itself clear yet. The Ace of Swords is here, and that's important because this is telling me that you are developing new ways of thinking and new ways of seeing the world and seeing yourself. Is that correct?
Yes.
So that's a tough time.
Absolutely.
One of the ways that we can tell, unfortunately, that we are changing is we start losing friends. What happened to you? You're not the way you used to be. So that's
right.
Well, of course you're not. Because you're changing, but it'll be okay. It will be okay because I see after that the 6 of Coins, which is a card of philanthropy in its broadest sense, but it's a card of money coming your way, which tells me that you're going to figure out what to do career-wise to enhance your income. And you're going to be good at it because the next card is the 10 of Cups, which is about a happy home and great success and joy. And here's another insight, which I think I really am happy to see, is the Empress. The Empress is a person who can make things grow and make things, combined with an imagination, the ability to make these things happen, the imagination meaning your new way of thinking, that your mind is growing. But you can translate that into action, and you can make things happen. This is why the Empress card, the woman in the card, is always surrounded by fruit and vegetables and wheat and things like that, because this person can make things grow. So you are definitely, your mind is expanding for the better. You're doing okay. There's an offer that's coming your way that you don't even know what it is yet. So you don't have to knock yourself out trying to figure it out. Oh, you'll know it when it comes your way. You'll know.
I've been presented with an opportunity, and I've been a little hesitant to accept it because I don't know. It's jumping into something that I don't know if I am capable of doing it. I would pretty much be carrying a company.
Wow.
But I know a lot of people love me and I'm well loved, but also it worries me as well.
Well,
I
yeah,
haven't made the.
I understand because it's there's there was a time, and this cost me a friend, like I was saying about changing, when I was offered the chance to write a show for Broadway, which got very close to Broadway, but unfortunately didn't work. But I was
That's
hired
very
to
cool, though.
I was hired to write it, and of course I had no playwriting experience other than I had done some sketches for some shows that were produced here and there, and had some minor stuff produced. But my wife and I had a friend who majored in theater, and he was very upset. Well, why'd they pick you? What makes you think you can do the job? See, now that was the question. Why did I think I could do the job? And my answer to him is, this is what I'll tell you. And I tell this in similar situations. I think it applies. It's not my job to know if I can do the job or not. It's their job. They're the professionals, and they think I can do the job. So if they think I can do the job, who am I to question their wisdom? So I took the job. What can I tell you? And I still own the show to this day, but no, I don't think anything's ever going to come of it. But it was a blast. I had a great time. I met a lot of interesting people, and
that
yet,
sounds like a blast.
and yet there was always this question: why did he pick me? Well, he picked me because he saw something I had written. And it didn't hurt that the Daily News, which is the largest circulation paper here, had written an article about the show that I had written once before, but that was just like a one-man monologue thing. So you see what I'm saying is, the point is, you don't know if you can do it or not, but the people who offered it to you, it's their job to know who can do it. So maybe they know something about you that you don't, right? It's worth a shot.
True.
But there's also there is another, like I said, I'm getting signs of another opportunity coming your way. Now that doesn't mean hold off on the other thing, because I would never ever substitute the card's judgment for your own. Just beware that there's something else cooking, and keep your antenna out, because you're going to have choices, and you're going to do well. You're growing and changing, and that's a scary thing. And a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people won't do that. And sometimes sometimes in life it pays to just throw your oars overboard and see where the canoe goes, right? But you're in a good position. Yeah. You're doing really well. Here's the Knight of Swords, man. That is another good one. The Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords, all about new activity in the mind. So you're growing. If you feel that you are, the cards are confirming that is what's going on.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm growing in every way, spiritually, and just every way in my life that you can imagine. It's definitely progressing, and it feels
powerful,
good. At times it's scary, but it is very powerful, and it is a little scary, but sometimes I just try to ignore it and just go do whatever I want, and then other times I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't ignore this. I got to do something,
I know, and I think we're all neurotic creatures anyway, because I don't want to go into this now, only because I will talk for 5 hours if we do this, but I believe that thinking is overrated. So that's one of the reasons I'm attracted to tarot, because it cuts through the thinking and it shows us things and lets us see it. But yet, on the other hand, we have to interpret the cards, and that requires thought. So everything is a paradox. I just think that I happen to believe, in this short summary, is that everything wrong in the world today began with somebody saying, hey, I got a great idea to make things better. And, there it is. I mean, like, who knew when they were warned, actually. People were warned when they decided to put windmills out over the ocean in New Jersey, and now loads of whales are washing up dead. And they were told that would happen.
Ooh.
They were told, don't do that. You're going to mess up the whales because of the vibrations and the sound. So, it's just, that's what I just say, that thinking is overrated, but we can't help it. We're creatures who think and talk, so the thing is to moderate it a bit. And things like tarot, wow, I'm pausing because I just wanted to pull one more card for you, and this is a spectacular card. But things like tarot get us through the mental chatter and get us right to the heart of the matter. Now, this is a card that indicates that one period of your life is about to end and a new one begin. That's probably what you want, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's what it's a card that scares people because of bad horror movies, but it's not a scary card. It's the death card. And the death card has a sunrise
Right.
in it. The sunrise indicates that this is the end of one period in your life and the beginning of another one. And that's a marvelous thing to have. I don't get that card very often, but you are at the cusp of so much wonderful change coming soon. So this is a very good time for you. Trust
Thank
yourself.
you very, very much. I appreciate it.
You got yourself this far. You're going to get yourself further too. My pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thanks for calling. Bye now.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi. Let's see if we can get another one in there because, gosh, I'm having a great time reading here, which is I've been so isolated from humanity for 2 months that this just feels great. Are we going to Kristen in Islip next?
Yes. Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi, how are you doing, Kristen? Hi.
I'm good.
Oh,
thank
you're
you.
a neighbor. Out in Islip, New York. You're a neighbor. I'm just off Times Square here in Manhattan.
Oh, okay. Just a short little train right away.
Yeah. So if we survive it, the way things are going in New York these days,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
it's really not that bad. I look at other cities and I see that we're not. I know they say New York is the safest city, a big city in the country, but it isn't actually. The stats show quite otherwise. But we're not as bad either. We're slam in the middle there. So anyway, what can I look at for you tonight?
Someone to maybe connect with my mom if possible.
Okay, I'm assuming that she's passed.
Yes.
Okay, is that recent?
It's been 5 years, 5.5 years.
Okay, that's in the scheme of things, that's nothing, right? Let's see.
Feels like forever, but yes.
Yeah, well, that's this is just something I never did before. I got into doing tarot on Ask One Radio. I never thought of doing that kind of a reading, and I figured, why not? Let's give it a try. And I've had wonderful results with it. And I can tell you that they're almost all. I always get the same thing, which is sadness followed by happiness. And I try to look for direct messages, but there are a few cards that I look for to see if I'm actually getting a message, like obviously the death card or the judgment. Well, here's the judgment card. I was just saying the judgment card, and I've got that. Because pictorially it shows a resurrection, the angel blowing a horn and the souls coming up out of the grave. So let's say that is verification that we are going to make contact.
Okay, great.
And I'll shuffle them again. And
she was saying that she was being judgmental of me.
Let me do this, because here it is again. I got the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords shows a heart pierced by 3 swords, and the heart is crying. See, there's great sadness.
Okay.
But yet and then I get the High Priestess, which is also a card I look for to verify these readings, because the High Priestess is the person who can see behind the veil, meaning the veil between this life and the next.
Right.
And then I have the World, which is a card of success, which is telling me that the spirit feels a degree of achievement at this point.
Okay.
I can't understand these 3 cards I just got in any way other than this is a message, because it's almost statistically impossible to get these 3 cards one after the other. I have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Rods, and the Ace of Coins. To get 3 aces at one time like that goes against the odds.
Wow.
Aces mean new beginnings.
Okay.
Now, a new beginning. I'm a little flustered because it's just mind-blowing to get these 3 cards like that. It's telling me that the message is that there's new things coming your way in terms of emotional stuff like romance and well-being and happiness. And then the rods mean work and career and how you earn a living. And then the coin, the ace of coins, that speaks for itself. It's about money coming in. Money matters. Right. So there's going to be new things happening and successful things happening for you in those three areas. That is, okay. That seems to be the message, But again, the first thing was, I'm sad. And then the second one was the card of success, and yet I've gotten through this all right. And now on to you is what the cards are saying. Look for the message I'm getting here is look for good things to come your way in terms of emotional life, financial life, and work life.
That all makes sense, actually.
Well, I'm glad because, when I do these kind of things, I feel like I'm getting something coming through me, through the cards. Yeah. And I don't need to know what it's about. I'm just saying, right. I'm still a little flabbergasted that I got one after the other, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Coins, and the Ace of Rods.
Yes, absolutely.
Because, like I said, the odds are way against getting three of those at once.
Right.
So this followed the pattern. There's the sadness because the loss, we experience the loss. So do they when they go over. Right. Look, I hope to stick around as long as I can, but I'm really curious about what happens. And of course, you can read Omar Khayyam. The only way to know is to go. And I'm not that eager to learn at this point, but I will be at some point, I'm sure. But it's always tinged with sadness and yet happiness. So
I believe that makes sense.
So you're entering a good period. A good period. See, now here's the Nine of Swords. That's a card of sorrows. And then that's followed. Well, was your mother a very religious person?
Off and on.
Because I have the Hierophant here, which is a card of religious authority. So who knows? Maybe the spirit is learning about these things. But but I'm going to take those three ace cards as meaning that's the spirit's message to you, is that you're about to get good stuff happening your way in terms of these three areas of life.
Okay, great. Definitely use all three of those.
Yeah. Okay. So, that's follow up and let me know how it works out, and I'll be happy to pull a few cards for you. My email I'm so easy to find, but my email is asktarot@earthlink.net. But I'm easy to find through just Google Reverend Elliott's Magical Window, and you'll find loads of ways to find me. There's a contact form at my website. You can get through to me through askonradio.com, all kinds of stuff. But I'd be interested to know how this works out, because that's one of the most unusual afterlife readings I've ever gotten. And whoa, is. I was just about to say the only thing missing is the Ace of Swords. Guess which card I just got? The Ace of Swords. Now you see, there are people who don't believe that I do this anyway, and I've been threatening for a while now to move over to video, and then you people can see the cards, and yet still people are going to say, well, you're just doing card tricks, But no, this is the real deal. This is authentic. When I started reading tarot, somebody I had known at that time for about 25 years told me, well, you're just doing card tricks. And I said, you've known me 25 years. Have I ever done a card trick? You never saw me do a card trick. But no. So listen, here it is.
And I heard it in your voice. You were doing it too. I heard like the shock in your voice.
Yeah, I so much for I wanted to be cool, but I couldn't do it. And now with this Ace of Swords coming up, so you got all four of them. You got all four. So the message, there is a direct message here to you, which is that every aspect of your life is going to be getting better. Okay, I've got to run. I've got less than 2 minutes to go. So please, if you want to get in touch with me at any point, do that. And I will be happy to
Thank you so much.
Do a little follow-up for you. My pleasure.
Great.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
And hey, that's it, folks. That's it for this edition, the actual, real edition, not just the rebroadcast edition of Reverend Elliott's Magical Window. My first in 2 months, and we can kiss that flu goodbye, and hope that I can keep my vitamin content goes to bat. But sometimes Sometimes the old body just gives in to those little viruses, and there's nothing you can do about it. So we will get together next week again. We will. But in the meantime, like I said, you can email me. Any of you want to have a couple of cards pulled on the house? That's fine with me. The email is asktarot@earthlink.net, asktarot@earthlink.net. And check out my website, magic-works.com, and you'll see a whole bunch of stuff there. So until we get together next week, remember, time flies. It's up to you to be the navigator. Bye-bye now.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Eleanor Gray's Psychic Destiny with Eleanor Gray. Live from GraceDestiny.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Eleanor Gray's Psychic Destiny
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello there, hi, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you, everybody out there. It's one of those really nice days in the year that we should all be getting roses and chocolates and champagne, shouldn't we? So I hope you've got yours too. And here I am in London. I'm Eleanor Grace, a psychic medium, and I'm here waiting and ready to take your calls that are going to come in tonight. It's 7 o'clock here in London, in the United Kingdom. And I know that all across the world, we've got various different times. It's 2 o'clock, isn't it, over there in New York, and also 11 o'clock over in LA, in Sydney, Australia. I'm not quite sure, but I think it's much, much earlier. So welcome, welcome, everyone. I've got two lovers cards for you here. This is the young love of the impetuous love the young couple that want to kiss and cuddle all the time. And I have the other lover's card here in the deck of the tarot. And this is for more mature folk, people who maybe have been round the block a couple of times, waited a little bit until they decided to tie the knot. But this is two people accepting each other as two equals. So all that thrust of young love has gone. It's not there anymore. So we're going to be very interested here tonight to see who comes through and what sort of love they have on Valentine's Day. Well, are they still looking for love? Have they found it? Have they got that true heart? Is there somebody special in their lives? Well, we're going to find out very soon. Now, also, I have my crystal ball. This is, of course, the amethyst crystal. I've got my rose quartz as well, which if I can reach it a little bit later, we'll be having a look at that. But the amethyst is very special. It is the crystal for February, and it is prized and was prized by all the ancients as being a unique gemstone, a precious stone, even more precious than diamonds. So this is one thing that I will be using. I think we've got Desiree here on the line. Desiree, hello there. Apologies if I've not pronounced your name correctly. I'm from London, so I'm not used to all the American names. Desiree, how are you? You're through to Eleanor Grace here in London. Are you okay today?
I'm okay today, yes. How are you?
Oh, brilliant. Yes, yeah, fine. Okay, we're going to have a look now, Desiree, into the amethyst crystal ball. So I was just showcasing here on the live stream so that we can all have a look and see exactly what happens when we look into the crystal ball. And this is what I'm showing you guys here. And it's a beautiful hue of violet and indigo shades, those purpley shades that really do bring through the message here of love from the heart. And this is what I feel is there with you, Desiree, that, you know, there's some changes that you're going to be anticipating, but you know about those already. You will be reaching out as well to friends. These are groups of friends, maybe even old friends that you haven't seen for a while. It's unusual for you to do that as well. I don't see you being overly chatty. I feel that you're quite a private person, Desiree. Is that correct? Do you like to keep yourself to yourself? Yeah. Well, I don't blame you. I mean, we don't all want to share everything all over the world, do we? But I do see, I do see a person here. Well, it's a bit awkward because there's one person that seems to be leaving your life. He's walking off to the left. And then there's another very prominent character who is walking towards you. And he's coming in from the right here in your crystal ball. So I feel that you have a dilemma, and that you will be presented with choices. I've said that there are changes coming in already, but I feel that these are choices that are private to you, and perhaps, you know, that's the way that you want to keep it. You don't want to elect to really sort of say too much about your preferences, but I feel that there is a situation that you need to resolve. So there's somebody who's either leaving your life or who has left your life already that you need to get sort of on board in your own mind, in your own heart, and you need to understand what happened there before really and truly you can welcome this other person into your world. And this is on a few levels here as well, because you've also got spirit coming in big time. So there's a lady who's standing right in front of me here in the crystal, and she's sort of wanting to embrace you, love you, cuddle you, give you all the hearts and kisses that she can find. So this is a maternal person, a grandmother, mother, who is showing here. And I've got the big capital of A as well here, Desiree. Okay, so let's just see where we are with what is being shown to me in the crystal ball. So has this happened? Is this happening now, where somebody is walking away, or have you really allowed somebody to be removed from your memories and, really just think, okay, that was then and this is now? Is that true for you here, Desiree?
Yep.
Yeah. And the person that is walking here towards you, that I can see on the right, have you met him yet? Because if you haven't, and if he's not actually approached your life, then you've got lots of surprises coming in, because he's almost there. I feel as though commitment, love, romance, abundance is almost there. So is he there yet? Let us all know.
He is, yes.
Oh, good. Right. So we're going to... Well, I always have to be careful, because sometimes we've got this time scale. I'm seeing things in the future, because that's where I live most of the time, in the future. And you are operating and functioning today. So, of course, we have to synchronize what I can see with what's happening really in your life. And that's why I'm always very careful to make sure that we're accurate, we've got it right, we know where we are, and then we can look at what's going to happen next. But usually, Desiree, when we have the crystal ball bringing in such prominent images about you and your life, that's when really you can't falter it. It's a clairvoyant image, it's a psychic image, it's come from spirit as well. It's not being predicted through cards, or there's nothing random about it at all. Now, can you tell me, this capital A, who is that in your life?
My mom.
What's her name?
Anne Marie.
Oh, it is Anne. Okay. Is there an Alice as well? Or Alison? No. Okay. So it is Anne, the big A. And is she with you in spirit?
I believe she is.
Yeah, I think she's around you. I think you can feel Anne, can't you? Your mum. And I feel that this is so special as well, particularly today, because she's sending you those hearts, those hugs, those kisses, cuddles, big cuddles. If I was with you, I would hug you, and I would just really share that emotion. She's showing you this card as well. I've brought this out already. This is a more mature relationship, a marriage, a signal that there's a commitment that is going to just grow and grow and grow, get better and better and better. And this is a card that I'm taking now for you, Six of Pentacles. This is about a time scale. So this is June this year. It's the 6th month of the year. This is when you will be feeling as though you've achieved something that you've really thought you weren't going to. And this, I feel, is more in the area of financial stability. It's got pentacles around it. You've got savings here, and wanting to stockpile even more, put pennies away, but then more than that, and create a lovely sort of soft bed of a nest egg for you. So it's putting everything away. It's not just money either. These are assets. These are things that you've had for a while, and also like collecting precious items. And you're starting again. This is the card from the tarot. This is the Fool card here, but it's in my romantic deck, which are the Victorian cards, which are the British sort of Victorian, Queen Victoria, and very romantic they were too, and perhaps a little bit sort of daydreamish, but you're not being. And this is telling you that you will be making preparation here for some very special times to come. And Anne, your mum from Spirit, is smoothing the path. She's like got a sweeping brush and she's sweeping everything away.
She is. Yep.
Is that what she did?
It's who she is. I feel it. Yep.
Okay. Well, I feel that this is leaves as well. So we've got the timescale card of June, where your life is going to turn around this June, and that's about prosperity here. So don't forget that month where you're making plans, they're all coming together, and you're happy about that. I've got 3 children here as well. Are they yours? Do they belong to you?
They are mine. Yep.
Yeah. They're all on your beach, all around you, you know. So you're going to the coast. You're going to be on a beach somewhere, all of you together. That's nice. It's a nice sort of windy, sort of really lovely, upbeat feeling. It's lovely, warm wind, warm breeze, very gentle. But the autumn, the fall, it's autumn in England, it's the fall where you are. That is going to be when she's sweeping all the leaves, and she wants to say to you, it will all be resolved by then. You won't really have anything to worry about from then. Everything is all in place and it's all fitting together. Who is it that is higher learning? Who is going to be learning so much more this autumn? A new training, being a student, or something that is very important that's coming in. Is that you, or is that one of your family members?
I don't know at the moment.
All right, well, maybe it's you, but you're being told here to take action. And this is from your mum and from Spirit. So it's not just on a personal basis here, Desiree. This is about you taking action in your life and wanting to meet your milestones. So you will be setting some goals for yourself. It's probably important for you to do that today and also within the next 2 weeks. Try and think about where you want to be in September, October, because those are the months that your mum, your
I already
aunt,
set goal of where I want to be in there. Yep. I have set a goal of where I want to be, yes.
Okay. Is that in a different location, or is it a philosophical plan as to what you want to achieve by then?
Yep, location.
Yeah, I thought so. So it's going to happen. That's what your message is today. It is going to happen. That's come from your mum, and that plan is a good one. You have to bring in first the prosperity in June, of course, because that's when you need to have all of the ends together. You'll perhaps be signing contracts. Yeah. And it will work, you know, as if by magic. It's going to work. You have this card from the angels as well. We're just taking this one here, and it says success, if you can see it. And the angel today is your mum, of course, and the success that she wants you to have, she never had. Do you understand that?
I do understand that.
Okay, she never had it. And that, I think, is a very special message here for you, because it's out of this world. It's otherworldly. That's the saying, because it's coming in from this very special place. And she's giving you that as a gift. She's almost saying to you, look, you know, you can do this and I never could. And I'm so thrilled for you. I'm so pleased for you. There's a ring as well. I want to show you a ring. She doing this with her fingers. I think she always did. There was a ring that was too big or something. It went round her fingers too much. She hated it and got annoyed with it. But she wanted, is that true? She wanted to let you know that she's there with you. And this ring is coming to you as well. So you're likely to have something bought here for you as a gift. And that's very special to Desiree. So 3 children, very healthy, no problem. Stop worrying about the youngest. I think you're just...
Yeah, she's right. Yep.
And you do, don't you? Just worry a bit too much, and there's no need. There really isn't any need at all. There's lots of love here for you and lots of luck as well this Valentine's Day. So I feel love and success is around you this year, and take it and be so very, very pleased with your mum having come through from Spirit today. It doesn't always happen, but there's Anne, and she gave you that message from the crystal ball straight away. It comes straight in. She was with us. She was with us before you joined speaking to me. There she was. She knew where you were. And that's important.
Really?
Yeah, because she knew you were talking to me. She could see my light. She can see your light. That's why she came in. That's how it works. So
That's
when
beautiful.
well, I know, it's lovely. I mean, I feel quite choked myself because I saw her initial in the crystal. I saw the lady coming forward. So I knew she was there for you. And everything that she's told you, you already knew. And it was already in the plan. So it's going to work. It's there for you. Be lucky. Be very lucky.
Thank you very much.
Speak to you, Desiree, and I'll speak to you again. Okay, thank you for joining us here on Moonstruck TV, A1R Psychic Radio. So I'm through now, I think, to my next caller. Paul, is it? Paul in Scotland. Hello there.
Yes.
Hello, Paul. You're through to Eleanor Grace. I'm down here in London. How's it going up there in Scotland? Is it nice and chilly and cold? Yeah, okay. Whereabouts are you in Scotland?
In Bathgate.
Okay, lovely. Well, let's have a look at you. I'm going to, again, take my crystal ball here. It's very powerful. We always love to do this, particularly on Valentine's. So let's have a look here. This is the amethyst crystal. I'm just bringing it right up here to the screen so that you can see. Now, Paul, I feel as though you want to make a commitment to somebody, or you want to propose, not necessarily marriage, but you want to make a statement here to somebody. I've got a lady here to your right. She seems to be quite far in the distance here in your crystal. And to the right of my scene here, I've got all sorts of things collapsing. So this is distant past, not the future. And the collapsing elements here is a bit sort of like snow would fall very quickly. And I feel that that's something that you've endured and that has happened in the past, has marked you and made you feel very tentatively going forward here. But I've got this wonderful girl who is very, very much in your future and part of your life, and somebody that embraces you, sort of warts and all. So she's quite prepared to take you on. And there's a very busy business that's here as well that I can see. Money changing hands and you feeling as though you're being very successful. A creative journey is what you're on. So I do have here a very strong pathway. And the pathway that I can see is a little bit like that yellow brick road. You know, you've had to dig deep here and find a lot of courage and find a lot of ingenuity, the ability to really see your way forward, think on your feet and really just work hard. You know, there's lots of twists and turns that have been taken already. There's another male that I can see here in your crystal. He's either a partner, a really good friend, or a brother, somebody who is surrounding you with support, which is brilliant. and this business opportunity coming out of creative thinking. So it's something that you may start small, you may have already done it. We'll check in a moment when we look at the cards, but it's really, really necessary for you to believe in yourself. Is that something that you've already started, Paul?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it recent? Is that something that you're sort of, oh, is that the right thing to do? Is that how you felt?
Yeah, it's been recent.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm telling you from the crystal here, it is. It's absolutely the right thing to do. It's the only thing to do. But remember that image of the yellow brick road where you've got to sort of encounter all sorts of difficulties and problems, but the overriding theme here is success. You will be successful. Let's take a quick look into the cards as well, because it's nice to get this detail. Now, the girl that I can see is sort of quite distant. She's beautiful, and she's very romantic. So she's probably very likely not to, how can I say it, sort of be business-like. You know, she would be a bit more dreamy, or perhaps not able to function here on this very, very practical basis. But that's what you're attracted to. Is that correct? Is that her? Is that how she operates? Yeah. Well, you've got here the Ace of Cups, which has come through in your cards. This is falling in love. I mean, it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. And you've got the card for falling in love, which is amazing. But this is a deeper level. So it's not just falling in love once, but you're falling in love twice and three times. Falling. It's a bit like Lady Gaga and her song, you know, you're out of the shallows, you're very much in the deep, but it's going to work. It's brilliant. Is that how you're feeling, Paul?
It is, yeah.
Now, in spirit, I do have the Empress. So this is your mum or your maternal grandmother. But apart from her, I also have a man that's standing there. But I feel as though he is connected to your mum. So it's either her brother or her father. So is there somebody that's recently passed, Paul? I have to ask you, because it seems to be as though this guy is sort of floating around, not really knowing quite where he is. And I just wanted to bring his flavour to you. Who is he? Is he just recently passed?
Brother.
Your brother? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened in November? Was that an anniversary or a recent passing? What happened then? He's saying November.
I think he passed away in November.
He passed away in November.
Yeah.
Okay. He loves you. He wants to say that to you. Oh dear. It's very emotional, but he's been a bit lost. I don't think he knew where he was straight away in November when he passed. But you were there, weren't you? Did you light candles for him? Or did you put a light on for him? Because he could see you. He could see your light. Do you understand that? Is that something that's relevant to you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, remember the knock on the door? Did you used to play that as children? Did you? Did you knock on the door and run away? Yeah. Is that well? He's saying to you, it's just like that. It's just the same. It's going to come up and it's going to knock on your door. So if you just hear a little bit of wind or the door going, it's him. It's your brother, Paul. I mean, he's there. Who is Robert? Is he in your family?
No, I don't think so.
A grandfather, Robert? You'll think about it. Okay, well, Paul, watch for that name, will you? Because I feel that this is either somebody that your brother is sending to you or a person that is going to be important going forward here. Do you have a daughter, Paul?
Yeah.
She, a soft heart. She got a very soft heart. Is she a sweetheart? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got some very good news coming for her. This is what your brother is saying. And I want to go back to the funeral as well, to November, because I feel as though he was with you, he was there, and he was making such a difference. You made such a difference. Did you stand up and speak? What was it that you said?
No.
You knew. Who was it? Who stood up to speak?
I think it's probably his partner.
Yeah, okay. You must tell his partner. He knew what she was saying, and he was there. He was part of it. He was present, and then whisked away. And that's when he knew where he was. That's when he knew. However, one last message from him is the Sun card here, and the Sun card is for you. It's about your business success. Go for it. Remember tricks that you played as boys, and always remember him that way. So I'm going to love and leave you, and thank you so much for joining us today. Paul from Scotland, and I've been Eleanor Grace, and I'm your psychic medium, and you can find out a lot more about me on gracedestiny.com. See you same time next week. Bye for now. Bye.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for the Wendy McCallum Show with Wendy McCallum. Wendy McCallum. Live from divineintuition.co.uk.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is the Wendy McCallum Show
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello. Hi there, good evening and welcome. My name is Wendy McCallum and this is A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. How are you? How are you all? What have you been up to? How has your week been? I really hope that you've had a good week. The energy is just getting faster and faster, and with a blink of an eye, it's just like another week. So let's have a look and see what we're going to talk about tonight. So I thought I would talk about grounding tonight. You see, I think that there's lots of words that we brandish about that we kind of don't fully know what they mean. You know, we talk about being grounded and we have to ground ourselves and stuff. And a lot of times, some people make it sound quite scary, you know, oh, you better make sure you're grounded. You know, I don't know what they expected. I think you're going to float away or something. Nothing bad's going to happen if you're not grounded. Basically, grounding is just about realigning your energy. So it's just about connecting to Mother Earth and realigning that energy with Mother Earth. Now, basically, Mother Earth, when you're connected to the Earth, you can discharge like your energy, so all that energy that you're holding, and it'll make you feel a bit better. Now, what's the point of it, you say to yourself? How's it going to make me feel better? How do I know that I need to be grounded? How do I know I'm not grounded? Well, would you believe I've got some answers for you? So, if you're not grounded, you might have a hard time focusing on stuff, okay? You might be constantly multitasking. You might feel a bit spaced out and a bit like out your body, if you know what I mean, or you just kind of think you drove somewhere and you've got there and you think, God, how did I get here? Sometimes you have a tendency to think about things, ruminate things, just like continually go over the same things and worry about things. Some people suffer with anxiety when they're not grounded, insomnia, and sometimes you forget your train of thought, which is me, which is why I write myself notes every week. Although I know all this stuff, it's almost like if I don't write the notes, I almost panic because I'll lose my train of thought. So maybe I'm not grounded either. Maybe I need to do a bit more grounding. So sometimes you can be a bit clumsy. Oh my God, I'm just reading stuff about myself here. Honestly, you lack luster in life, you lack joy and passion, and you know, you feel drained. You absorb other people's energy, emotions, moods as if they're your own. And sometimes you might feel a bit nervous, a bit overwhelmed, and you can get easily overwhelmed. And these are all indicative of maybe needing to be a bit more grounded, okay? And we talk about the Earth's really just like a great big gigantic battery, and it's got like a kind of subtle energy charge. And Mother Earth is naturally got a rhythm or a frequency, same as we've got a frequency. I think the frequency of Mother Earth is called the Schumann resonance, and it resonates at 7.83 hertz, in case you're interested, because I know you're not going to sleep the night if I don't give you that information. But it is actually quite interesting. So basically, when we are out of balance, we experience all these kind of feelings, you know. And if you think about it, actually, it makes sense. You know, going back to years ago when we were caveman, we run about the earth barefoot. We never had anything on our feet. And then we progressed to leather. And then we wore leather shoes, which is fine because it was, the energy would be able to pass through the leather. And then we moved on to rubber and things like that. Well, actually, the energy is not able to get through the rubber, so it means that you're disconnected. And actually realigning with Mother Earth or with your energy, has a positive effect on the body. So it helps you improve your sleep. It actually helps with circulation, improve circulation. And it helps produce the cortisol that we need to sleep. So cortisol is the hormone, the sleep hormone that we need to sleep. Do you know what? I was awake to 5 o'clock this morning. I've not slept, yeah. And I feel that there's a bit of an energy shift going on at the minute anyway that seems to be affecting what I term the sensitives, you know. But being grounded, etc., will help you reduce pain and inflammation. It helps with stress, it helps with anxiety, it helps with a whole host of things. And it's no surprising that, you know, we're picking up lots and lots of energy, because so, you know, we're on the phone all the time. You know, you've got your frequency of the phone, you've got the phone masts, you've got television, computer games. We're surrounded by electronics and electronic frequencies and loads of different frequencies, and they kind of knock your energy out. So how do we ground ourselves? How do we bring ourselves back into like a balanced state? Well, there's lots and lots of different ways to do it, and it's not exactly hard, you know. Crystals are fantastic, so you can use crystals. One of my favourites is hematite. I've actually got a little bracelet that when I'm not feeling particularly grounded, I think this has got hematite and onyx and black tourmaline on it, which is, if you tend to go with the darker stones, you know, they tend to be really good for grounding and protection. So you've got obsidian, which is really good for grounding and helps with negativity. You've got onyx, which again, grounding, stress and anxiety. Hematite's one of my favourite stones. You don't have to have a bracelet. You can just like have a little crystal that's like £1 in the UK, you know, maybe a couple of dollars in America, and just like pop it in your pocket. I used to keep them in my bra, and then I would forget at the end of the night. And I shouldn't be telling you this because I'm on telly, but I'd take my bra off and you'd just hear this clunk. Do you know what I mean? Where it hit the floor and all these crystals would come out on the floor. So black tourmaline, I digress, yeah. Black tourmaline is a good crystal as well for grounding and protection. And another really, really good one is shungite, because shungite protects against electromagnetic frequencies. So that's a really good crystal. Other things that are really, really good is take yourself for a walk. Take yourself down the beach, walk along the shore, take your socks and shoes off. Take your socks and shoes off and go for a walk down that beach. And, you know, the sea is also great, yeah, for getting rid of negativity, because salt is a natural cleanser. So you go on the beach and put your feet in the water, and it's like having salt baths and stuff like that. You use that to absorb negativity. Connect back with Mother Earth, yeah. Take yourself up the countryside. It costs you nothing, yeah. And then we can do some grounding exercises. So meditation, hug a tree. Hug a tree. Do you know what? I have actually hugged a tree, in all honesty, right? But I waited and made sure nobody's seen me in case I got brandished an absolute lunatic for hugging a tree. But the energy of a tree is absolutely wonderful. And I don't know actually if you've ever seen the aura of a tree. If you can stand back and just look at it and see the aura of a tree. The aura of a tree is massive, massive. It's beautiful to see. Hug a tree and then do some meditation, you know, just relax. And it's about the having a positive, like, intention, setting an intention. So another one I tend to do is if you just close your eyes for a second and you can breathe in a beautiful white light. And just know that that beautiful white light is a healing white light. And as you breathe that beautiful white light in, you see it begin to spread throughout the body. And as it begins to spread up into the throat, up into the third eye, up through the crown, up through the crown, and see it going up, up into the sky, up into the heavens as far as it goes, and then visualize that white light coming then back down, and then beginning to flood the body with this most beautiful white light, watching it move down through the throat, into the heart center, and then begin to expand through the body. The solar plexus, and then into the sacral chakra, down into the root chakra, and see that white light spreading and healing as it moves through. And then see it moving down into the legs, down into the feet, See that white light then begin to move out through the soles of the feet, as if there were tree roots moving deep, deep into the earth, moving down through the earth's core into the centre of the earth, where you will find a beautiful, massive piece of black tourmaline. And seeing those roots that come down, wrap around that tourmaline. And then visualizing a beautiful white bubble in front of you, a bubble of protection, so that it protects your energy field. And stepping into that bubble and knowing that only love can come in and pass through that bubble. And now gently begin to open your eyes. So that is a fantastic grounding exercise, and it can be as quick as that. So sometimes, like I'll get up in the morning if I'm feeling a little bit off, and I'll just visualise throwing roots down for the soles of my feet and deep, deep into the earth, and pick a crystal of choice, whatever crystal comes into your mind, yeah, and see that crystal in the centre, and then just wrap those roots round about that crystal. And that is the easiest way of grounding yourself. So I hope that explains that a little bit better for you, and you can understand what it means. My name's Wendy McCallum. I'm an artist, psychic medium. You can book your readings with me through divineintuition.co.uk. You can find me on Facebook. I will be doing mentorship classes soon. I'm going to be opening up a development circle, so we can speak about development circle next week. And my artwork can be found at wendymccallumart.co.uk. So I channel artwork, so that means when I work with my spirit team, and they use me as a vessel so that they can create the artwork. So it's got some lovely stuff there. So thanks for listening to me this week, and I hope you'll go away and ground yourself. So I hope you're feeling a bit better if you've been feeling a little bit off kilter, as we say in Scotland. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Take care.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Susanna Medium with Susanna Hershaw. Live from SusannaMedium.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Susanna Medium
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
So my wonderful friends, listeners and viewers, thanks very much for tuning in and being here with me on the Ask One Radio Network, A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. It's good to be back. And as I'm talking to you, starting my show, Susanna Medium, with